everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? Yay, we're here for another Thursday afternoon live, and I hope that you will share my video and help me grow this portion of my lives. I like doing them in the middle of the day for those of you who don't work, and my nighttime people can catch them on the replay. I do a evening live on Tuesdays, but I wanted to add the Thursday afternoon, and so far it's been doing really well, growing slowly, but I would love some help. So don't forget to hit that share button and share it to your friends or to Facebook or wherever it is that you choose to share it. I would be gratefully appreciative. All right, let's see. Saturday is my card fiesta, which is a local event in the Virginia Beach area. So if you are local or if you vacation in the Virginia Beach area and want to come to an event, I do it every other Saturday. And this Saturday, the 29th of June, I will be having my card fiesta. So if you would like information, you can scan that QR code or you can check it out. We meet at LS Teca every other Saturday from 12:30 to 3:30. We usually get there when they open at noon, eat, and then we can start card making at 12:30. So anyway, it is a really fun event with some fun people. I think you would enjoy it. If you have seen me announce it before and never tried it, give me a contact. Let me know that you'd love to come. I would love to have you join us. And it is just a really good time. All right, let's talk about my membership. I'm really passionate about my Inky Hands Crew membership because it consists of people who are either hobby demonstrators, people that are looking for extra ideas, people that want to support my business in one way. If they're getting information from my channel, if they're learning lots from me, it's just a way for them to help support me. And I greatly appreciate it. It's $7.99 a month, so less than one Starbucks. So if you can cut out one Starbucks a month, you can fit in this membership. You're gonna get 2 video tutorials every single week. We also do color challenges and sketch challenges, and I do have some extra content throughout scattered. I hope that you guys will consider joining, and all the information that you need is located on my website, inkyhandswarmhearts.com, and then you want to look in the menu for membership. And if you have any further questions, just let me know. All right, so that's that. Let's talk about my June tutorial bundle. 41 projects for free in a tutorial if you choose to spend $50 or more in the month with me. I hope that you will choose to do so because there's some really great, amazing cards in this tutorial bundle, and I would love to send it to you at the end of the month. Time is running out for the extra 10% off. We only have until Sunday for this, and you'll get an extra 10% off any stamp and die bundles. So do not miss out because there's some really great ones, and if you're looking for them, the extra 10% off is fantastic. If you do not have our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, either the mini, which is great to take with you on the go, or our regular Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which by the way is fantastic. Very smooth, cuts evenly. I can't say enough good things about it. Check it out because you can get it for 10% off this month. I want to do a little preview because on July the 2nd, you can start purchasing from our online exclusives, and these are not all, they're just some of the online exclusives that'll be live. So we start getting a little Halloween, which is really fun, potions and spells. A fall set called Changing Leaves, which happens to have a hybrid embossing folder, which means that it embosses and die cuts at the same time, which is unique and also fantastic looking on your card. So check that out. We have a couple suites that we're promoting. This one right here is gorgeous. It has 2 specialty designer series paper. It's called the Season of Green and Gold Suite. And it's a double bundle. So there's a word set with some labels, and then there's images with the dies to cut those images out. in the 2 different bundles. And then there's ribbon and beautiful embellishments. And then these 2 papers, one's a vellum and one's a foiled paper, which foiled papers always look fantastic for holiday cards. And as an added bonus, you can purchase an everyday greeting stamp set to also go with the labels from this set, but that's an add-on to this exclusive suite, online exclusive suite. So here is the first bundle, the second bundle, and there is the add-on. And you'll be able to see it more on July 2nd, but I wanted to give you guys some sneak peeks. Here is another suite of products that we'll have available. This one's called Iconic Celebrations Suite, and it also has a bundle and ribbon and embellishments, and then it has a 6x6 paper. What I love about this bundle is that it includes Valentine's Day, fall, birthday, anniversary, Christmas, winter. It just has a variety of holidays, seasons, and festive events. And the DSP is super cute. And it also has this fantastic label die, which I'm like very partial to. And so check that one out as well. Let's talk about the kits. Of course, we'll be getting some new ones for July, but for June, we got 2 new kits. And the Expressions of Kindness, I cannot tell you how gorgeous this kit is. It looks 100 times better in person, but it is a stamping kit. You get 8 cards for each, 2 designs for $23. And then if you want to try your hand at making a mini scrapbook for maybe a trip you took, this Scenic Route Travel Journal Kit is fantastic for $22. You can add all your little pictures in there, put some cute stickers on there, do a little journaling, and have a little memento of a special trip that you took. So check that out as well. In May, we got the Hello Hollyhocks, which is a non-stamping kit and absolutely gorgeous. I do have a couple of these on hand, so if you're local and would like one, I do have it available for you. And then City Sites kit, which is absolutely one of my favorites. I love the buildings. I think they're super cool. Any kind of big city that you go to, you can use this for a scrapbooking kit, or you can just send cards. They're great masculine, boss day, husband, birthday, that kind of type cards. They're really well done, and I love the watercolored backgrounds on this particular kit. And then the last 2 I'm going to show are the April, which is the By My Side kit. It should be back in stock not too long from now. It sold out right away because it was so cute. And then we have the Hooray for Honeycombs, which is very interesting and really unique. And so if you like to give unique cards, give it a try for $18. You get 9 cards, basically $2 a card. How can you beat that? You're going to get 3 designs, and you're going to get 3 of each. So check it out. I'm very excited about this next paper pumpkin, and you only have until the 10th of July to order it. Do not miss out because it's going to be amazing. And just the box right there gives enough of a hint. And because July is the first month of the 3rd quarter of the year, we also have an add-on of the coordinating dies from Paper Pumpkin that you can also get, which are fantastic. For $12, you'll get these 3 dies that cut out these 3 images or words, and they go with the July, August, and September kits. Don't forget, I also have PDFs from my design team that I'm a part of that are located on my website, and my paper piecing patterns as well. So this week we have been using an online exclusive stamp set called Simply Zinnia. And while it does not house in the annual catalog, it is absolutely stunning, and I think that it does well. The reason I have the annual catalog out is it went live in May, and pretty soon we will have, before you know it, a mini catalog. So get what you can out of this catalog before the new one goes live, and then you want all new things, right? So today's card we're making has 2 zinnia flowers. They're all die cut, and I think they're super beautiful. And it's a pretty thank you card. I want to show you this gorgeous embossing folder that is part of this zinnia suite here. And it does stunning backgrounds. So I would highly recommend the 3D embossing folder if you don't have it. The Simply Zinnia Bundle is amazing. It has the die cuts that cut out the images. You have the leaf, the triple flower, and the single flower. But you also have dies that make their own flowers, and that's what we're going to be using today. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will show you how to make this fun card. So we're starting with a piece of basic white cardstock, and I have scored that in half. It's 4.25 by 11 inches, and I have scored that down the center. So we're gonna go ahead and join the corners together and give it a good burnish. And now we are going to take a 4" by 5.25" piece of basic white, which I have already run through the 3D embossing folder. I told you it's stunning. Look at that and how beautiful it is. I know it's hard to see white, but oh my gosh, this is so pretty. If it catches the light, you're gonna love it. So that is our next layer, and we're gonna attach that right over the top. So let me grab my silicone mat and my wet adhesive. I love this liquid glue, and I use it all the time. If you watch my videos at all, you will see me using it. And even though I am not live stamping with you, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have, so toss them in the chat. I'm right there in the chat with you, and I'll be happy to answer anything or any questions that you might have about this suite of products, this card in general. So just ask away. I love questions. I don't mind answering them at all, and I love teaching stamping, so please ask me. Okay, so look at how absolutely gorgeous this is. Oh, so pretty. All right, so not only does this suite have embossing folder and a bundle, it also has DSP and these gorgeous shiny sequins. Oh my gosh, they're so glittery and beautiful, and I love the colors. So we're gonna be using those today, the orangey peach colored ones. So don't let me forget, because if I have forgotten, oh, that's just how I am. So what I want to show you about the DSP is that there's the fronts and the backs, of course, and so you have lots of different patterns to choose from. Look at this gorgeous pattern of zinnia. You have this beautiful pink. This orange color is the one we're going to use today, the pumpkin pie and lemon lolly. Look at the back of it though. Oh, and this leaf paper is stunning. We have a polka dot. Look at the pretty little zinnias on the back. Again, this paper is pretty amazing. Here's a purple one I haven't used yet, so you haven't had a chance to see that. And the front of it is this pattern. So this is a really beautiful pack of paper. So the whole suite is amazing. You can purchase it in the online store under online exclusives, and I would appreciate that if you chose to purchase it from me. So the next piece that we are going to add is going to be that angled piece of designer series paper that is on the front of our card right there. And what I wanted to share with you is that I cut a piece of DSP that was 4 inches by 4 inches. Okay, I have an angle cut there, but it was 4 by 4. And what I chose to do was I took my trimmer. Let me see if I can put it up here so that you can see these numbers. I think you can. Okay. And I placed it was all together, right? And I placed it here. So what I did was I took this top corner, okay, and I placed it on the 1 inch line that's over the line. So this is the 1 inch line here that's right here, okay? So I placed it there, and then I placed this corner here on the 2 inch line. So I had the bottom corner on the 2 inch line and the top corner on the 1 inch line. See, there's the 1 inch. Okay, and then all I did was angle cut that by having it that way. So then I got 2 pieces, okay? So on the 1 inch that overhangs, and on the 2 inch that's on the right side. And we're gonna use the smaller piece inside our card. So let's go ahead and glue that one right away. And then we'll work on the other one. We're gonna layer that over the top of our embossing folder. And it actually fits and sits quite nicely there. But let's put our piece inside, which I think is super awesome that we can use the piece that's cut off also on our card to tie the inside and the outside of our card together. So we're gonna go ahead and attach this piece here. We're having a thunderstorm, so I don't know if you can hear that, but hopefully everything will work. I won't lose power or anything crazy in the middle of recording this video. All right, so let's go ahead and attach our larger piece. And again, we're gonna put the same kind of thing. You wanna put plenty of adhesive so that it fits into the nooks and crannies of that embossing folder that we're attaching to. And we're going to add that on the bottom, and it's going to layer right over the top of that 3D embossing folder. So it pops up a little bit our background piece. All right, and then the next thing that I did was I took a piece of 4 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch. I have a lot of half inch strips lying around because when I cut cardstock and I am cutting for top layers of cards and such, I end up with that. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to angle cut this, and I shouldn't have attached it right away, but it's still going to work out fine. We're going to put a little bit of adhesive on the top side and then the bottom part right here of this orange. It's only going to go across. It's not going to go across the whole card, just here, which is, don't glue your layer down like I did. I got excited. But it's okay. It's going to work out because we'll be able to trim it. So what I like to do is go ahead and let that grab. And then we're going to trim that once that has adhered nicely to our card. Meanwhile, we'll start working on our flowers, and I'll show you how to trim this, but I just want to make sure that it has adhered properly. So when you get our dies, let me bring those back to the front. You have 2 different flowers, and so I cut 1 of each in the pumpkin pie and 1 each in Daffodil Delight. Okay, so we have that. I cut 2 of the leaf dies, which is this one right here, in Old Olive, and I've cut 2 of the centers, 1 in each of the colors as well. And then I decided to use the yellow star-like pieces that are like part of the zinnia. I wanted it to be yellow on yellow, but I also wanted to try the contrast of the yellow on the pumpkin pie. So I have 2 yellow ones. And then you have these 2 little like viney pieces, and so I cut 1 of each of those as well out of Old Olive. So we're going to be using those. Okay, so let's assemble our cards. So the way that I chose to assemble was I chose to use dimensionals. I know you're not probably surprised. I'm going to flip the thinner centered pieces. See how these have a bigger center? I'm going to put 2 mini dimensionals on the back of those thinner centered pieces. I'm going to use my take your pick tool to remove them. And then I'm going to layer them right on the top of the second flower. Okay. So you have to figure out which way you want it to lay, how it looks best for you, what you like. You know, you don't want them laying on top with big gap like that. So you just want to play around until you get a really nice full looking flower and you're happy with how much is showing of each, you know, petal. okay? I'm pretty happy with that right there, so I'm going to go ahead and go with that one. This one may be different. Every time I do it, it turns out a little different, so just bear with me as I figure out how I want to lay it on there. I'm going to do this one in this direction right here. I didn't mean to stick it quite that soon. Maybe there. All right, so there's my second one. So every single one's gonna lay a little different, but that's okay. Now we're gonna put our opposite centers on. So I'm gonna flip these guys over, and I'm actually gonna flip the little asters or stars or whatever you wanna call them next. And I'm just gonna put, dots on these little star pieces, little dots of glue on both, so that once I have my centers, I can glue these little pieces over the top. All right, and I'm gonna grab my tweezers. So the orange center is going on our yellow flower, and our yellow center is going on the orange. We're doing opposite, except for this part, but that's okay. So you're gonna make it fit however you want it to look, and this one's yellow on yellow. Tell me which one you like. Do you like same color, or do you like the varied color? I think I'm gonna turn it this way. There we go. So which one do you guys like better for the centers? I kind of like the same color on the same color, but maybe you like different than I do. All right, so the next thing that I want to do is I want to add a little bit of adhesive for the leaves, but let's go ahead and cut this edge off now that it has adhered. I'm just going to slide my scissor straight up the side, and because I have that embossing folder there that has a lip, it really helps to guide me and cut it properly. So see how easily I was able to slide that, and because it was glued, it's not sliding around on me. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to slide right along that edge, and then there is my other. So see, crisis averted. All right, so now we're going to lay our pieces onto our card and kind of figure out how we want them to look. So I wanted the orange here tucked in with the yellow. I wanted them kind of overlapping. I wanted a piece of greenery on this end and one on the bottom. And let's put those in. I don't want it to stick out. Okay. And I also, let's go ahead and lift this up and glue our greenery down. So whenever I have something placed where I want it, I kind of lift, put a little glue, and then lift from the other side, okay? So that way I get them to stay where I want. And because this glue is so strong, it works out. All right, so now I'm just gonna sit these back over the top here. And then I want this one to come out kind of in the middle. So I need to adhere that one down. And then this one's gonna be from the top. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna put a little bit of adhesive on that bottom edge. And we're gonna tuck that in right there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the flowers with dimensionals so that they're kind of lifted up above the greenery. All right, so there's that one. So now that I have everything in place, I'm just gonna flip these over, and I'm gonna add some dimensionals onto our flower. And I'm actually going to put some on the petals that are overlapping and kind of help hold my two flowers in place. I want some support behind some of the petals. All of them don't need it, but just give yourself a little bit of extra support here and there by adding a few dimensionals on the outskirts here of the flowers, okay? All right. So lastly, we are going to lift up all of the backings. Just make sure you really hold on to your flowers when you're doing this, because you don't want to tear any of your petals. That's super important. Just a couple more. All right. So now we're gonna add our little flowers kind of overlapped, and we can move them around and get them exactly how we want them, spread them a little if we want. And there is our flowers. Isn't that so pretty? They make such beautiful flowers. Okay, so now we wanna do our little sentiment here at the bottom. So I have a scrap piece. It's about 3.5 inches by 1 inch of daffodil. It just came out of my scrap pile. It's not special, or I didn't cut it to that size. It just happened to be the size that it was. And we are going to stamp on that with Memento Tuxedo Black ink, with the thank you so much sentiment from this set. Okay, so I just want to make sure. Looks like I have a little something on my stamp, so I'm gonna make sure that that's gone, and we'll re-ink that. All right, I think we're good now. And I'm gonna stamp it to the right side because we're gonna cut the left side here. Okay, I'm gonna bring it down just a little so I can see what I'm doing, and I'm gonna stamp it mostly to the right. Hopefully it'll be straight. If not, we'll flip it over. That looks pretty good to me. What do you guys think? Not bad. Not bad for stamping blind, since I couldn't see what I was doing. I'm getting good at stamping blind the more I do these lives, I'll tell you that. All right. So because we have so much extra, I'm gonna trim this down. And like I said, it just came out of my scrap pile. So I'm gonna come in right here. I'm gonna try and get in the center, but if it's not perfect, we'll adjust as we need to. Okay, so we're gonna cut right to the tip. And then we're gonna come in from this side and mat. I don't like very pointy like this edges. I like them to be more subtle. So I'm gonna come in from the side instead of from the point here. So I'm gonna come in from the side. I don't like a super sharp or extra long point. And there is the size and the kind that I like. So I'm gonna go ahead and discard these pieces. And we are going to lift this up. And of course I'm gonna use way too many dimensionals, so just prepare yourself now. I just like all of my stuff to stay stuck really well, and I like the points to have support, so I'm gonna put 2 minis there, and then of course, you know, I'm gonna have to fill in over here because I can't just leave it alone. That would just not be me, would it? I know Sherry is right here with me going, that's right, girl, that's how many I would put on there. I don't know how many of you use a lot, but let me know in the comments. I'm curious to know how many of you use a ton of dimensionals like I do. All right. Let's attach onto our card here. We're gonna lay this right along this edge. We want it to kind of be even with the edge of that card. Hopefully I'm straight. Want to make sure I get all the glue dots or anything that's attached. Okay, and now we're gonna add our pretty bling. So I love how sparkly these sequins are. They're super beautiful. Look at that. Oh, the colors are so pretty. I'm gonna use these peach colored ones, kind of because they're a blend of both colors, and that's why I like them. So we're gonna go with a large, we're gonna put it right here on our sentiment set for a little extra sparkle. I'm gonna put one up here, and let's get a little one. Let's add a baby next to that big one. Oh my gosh, so cute. Look at that sparkle. I just love how it looks. We'll put these away and then we will talk about our bundle again, and I will leave a little bit of time in case you have last minute questions for me. So I'm gonna start by picking up everything and putting it at least out of camera reach. Then I'm gonna bring in the products we used today, which was the Zinnia 3D embossing folder, the Simply Zinnia dies, and the Simply Zinnia stamp set. So this bundle is pretty amazing. Don't forget the fantastic DSP. The name of the DSP is a little bit different. It's not Simply Zinnia. It is Flowering Zinnias. And then I'm going to put our cards here. I love that the dies made this whole card and we just had to add a sentiment to it. The embossing folder is such a beautiful addition. I just love this embossing folder. And I hope that you enjoyed the process of watching me put this card together. If anybody has any questions, I will answer them as best I can. And like I said, we will try our best to extend the live slightly for you so that you can ask them. I hope to see you on Tuesday night. If you have never joined, we have a great community and I would love to see you there. This was a pretty simple card and you can knock out quite a few cards with this stamp set very easily. Thanks for being part of my live today. And like I said, please share my video. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and I will see you next time. And if you missed Tuesday's live and you're watching this on the replay, I'll tag it right up here for you. So thanks for being here, guys. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping.